everybody, it's Midnight and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be continuing the series of building the houses from the Sims Freeplay in The Sims 4. So we're going to be doing the Furnished Townhouse from the Sims Freeplay today, which is a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom starter house in the Sims Freeplay. I'll also probably put a picture in somewhere of the house, but the main room is 7 across and 5 deep. Actually grab the right tool. So 7 across and 5 deep, and then the kitchen is a 3x3, and then the bathroom is a 4x3, indented one end from the side here, and then the bedroom sticks out one further than that, and then comes to the wall of the living room over here as well. Your front door is in the middle of this with a like creamy brown, and then it's also the same here and in the bathroom as well. Just don't remember exactly where that goes right now. I'm trying to pull that up as I do this as well. And then it's an archway from the living room to the kitchen. I'm going to cut the grid off. And then as far as windows go, we have one window, and the door to the bathroom is here. We have one window. Again, it's more of a, let's see if I can find the windows they use. I need to be on the windows, that would help. The windows they kind of use look similar to these. They're not the frosted windows, and those are the frosted ones. We don't want those. They also look kind of similar to the, I believe it's get-together windows and the base game windows. I feel like these look too small compared to what they have. Let's see if we can find something that works. I might just kind of end up going with, I guess those kind of work. So window there. These are a little thicker around the edges than the ones they use. There's one there. And there. And then there's one there. And then there is 2 here and 2 here. Okay. So that's the windows. Now as far as the flooring, we have tile in the kitchen. It's a white tile, just a plain old little square white tile. I'm not sure if this fits. No, it's not exactly what they've got. I think the closest thing we have to what they have going on actually is this. And then there is carpet in the living room and in the bedroom. It's a blue in the living room and then a green in the bedroom. And then we have a different tile. We have a hexagonal tile in the bathroom. I don't honestly know if we have. This is probably the closest thing in style, but it's not the right color. Let's see. We'll probably just go with that. Okay, and then we have, as far as wall colors, we have this one's the one with the stains at the bottom, I believe, but this honestly is probably the closest thing we have in The Sims 4 to what they have going on in The Sims Freeplay. Although this one's decent. And yeah, I think that one's closest to match. And then as far as the walls in the kitchen, we have it's a brown with the trim at the top. It's a wooden trim though, not the white trim. So I'm going to see if I can find that. If not, that's probably what we'll stick with. This is probably actually the closest. We're going to go with that even though it doesn't have the one at the top. It does have the one at the bottom. The bedroom is a floral with the paneling at the bottom. Let's see. Big flowers with the brown paneling at the bottom. Let's see. Can we find anything that meets that criteria? Because it's like this floral with like this paneling. I guess that's where it will work. Yeah, that'll work. And then the bathroom is a white tile like that. Okay, and then as far as lighting goes, because I like to start with the lighting first after the flooring for these, we just have a wall light, kind of like this here, and then we have like a sconce wall light in the kitchen. If I can find one that looks like it. Let's see, something that looks similar to what they have, like this here. And then it looks like, I feel like these are going to be too bright for what they have, but we'll get there in a second. They have lamps here and here. And then they have ceiling lights here and here and here. Again, I'm not sure if they're definitely not as bright in the Sims Freeplay as those are, but that's what they have. Okay, so that's the basic color palette on the inside. And then the outside, as far as paint goes, is wooden siding, really orange wooden siding. I don't think we have, actually, we do now. I don't think we have any that's actually as orange as it is, though. It's about the siding. And then the roof is where things get kind of yucky. All their roofs in the Sims Freeplay are like this, no matter what build you're on. And they're all the standard height. But the color of this one is what I find to be weird. And it is, I'm going to extend these eaves just because, and I know I could have done it all at the same, like put it on one and then just copy and paste them basically. It is what it is. Okay, the roof color is pink. Now, again, that's not as bright of a pink as they have it. I don't think we have as bright of a pink as they have it. Let me actually change this to afternoon. I think as far as it goes, I like this roof tile better versus the more deserty villa type house. And then I'm, of course, gonna throw on a roof trim. That one is massive. Let's not do that. I guess we'll just have to go with, we'll go with this pink. Is that really what I want to do? Not really, but it's what this series is about, is building it how it is in the Sims Freeplay and then turning it into something we like. Okay, and then we come back inside and we're going to start furnishing. Let's start with the kitchen. They have the cheap white counters. That's not the color I wanted. I'm just going to delete it and replace it with the color I want. Cheap white counters or lighter counters with the top. They have a cheap sink like this. And then as far as the refrigerator goes, they have a mini fridge. And that's what they have in the kitchen. This is the kitchen as it is in the game. And then as far as the living room and dining area go, we have, let's come to the dining room. We have what looks like a cheap little folding table. This one, theirs has a smooth top. This one doesn't. So I think I'm just going to go with this one for that reason. But this, actually, we're just going to go with this. This would be closest to what it looks like they have, like picnic type table type stuff. And then the chairs that they have are also like the folding picnic chairs in the game, which sometimes it takes me a minute to find some things in the game. I'll admit I'm not the greatest. Ooh, I do like these. We might come back to those. Let's see if I can find them. I know we have them. There they are. Right in front of my face. And then like that. And then as far as the next thing in this room is the living room. Not the bedroom, the living room. And it has a couch like this. Now it's the pattern here that's what the couch is like. Let's see if I can find something that's better suits. This is new. We might come back to that. Honestly, we might use those. Yeah, definitely. But we're not going to use those this time. But we're just seeing stuff for when we come back and rebuild it. Let's see. Do they have anything that suits better as far as pattern and shape? Because really the shape of the couch, it reminds me of the stuff from like the werewolf pack, but I don't know if there's actually a couch from the werewolf pack that fits that. Kind of. Yeah, we're just gonna go with this. It gives the more of the vibe that the couch in that does. Now, as far as their TV, it's a combo unit in the Sims Freeplay. We don't have combo units like that, so they really basically just have it on an end table. And then the TV they have is like this one. That's pretty close to what they have. And then we'll move on to the the bedroom. They have a stand-up wardrobe in this corner in dark brown. So that's that. The bed here, it just has a basic end table with a plant on it next to it. And it is definitely that close for a reason. And then it has a bed. I do like these. Is that a taller bed? No. We're not going to be using that because that doesn't fit, but we might come back to it. It has a green version of a bed like this. It's closest to what it is. It's probably more of an actually like muted green, not so bright, but again, the colors aren't exactly the same. And then here in this corner is a bookshelf. It's not a fancy bookshelf. It's kind of more of a bookshelf like that, actually. Just pieced together with cinder blocks and wood. So that completes the bedroom, and then the bathroom is also very simple. It's a shower. Not even that shower, honestly. That's probably a nicer shower than what it shows. But that's fine. And then a sink, a toilet, and then a mirror over the sink, like a cheap mirror. And that does in fact complete the house. As this is kind of where we're starting, I'm not going to do any landscaping. They do put a lot of trees around the house in the Sims Freeplay and plants. We'll complete that in the actual final build when that does come. So this is just the next in that redoing the Sims Freeplay and the Sims 4 series. If you watched my other video of that, you'll see the other house here. But like I said, this is where we're at currently as far as the Sims Freeplay version of the house. This is the living room and dining room area, this is the kitchen, this is the bathroom, and this is the bedroom. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. Stay tuned if you want to see how we redo this, how we make it look better, how we make it more livable for more than one sim. And I'll see you all next time. Bye, guys.